Floor in the trenches like a war. If they want to give them more, when I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. First play and a first pass for Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. This defense for the Cards, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I think
looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw is caught. Anderson loses the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes, right side. 20, 10, and they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
And whenever up to the days of just getting a fumble recovery, everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards. Shotgun now for Murray. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And this will be swung out here for counter. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. First carry for James Conner. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Cardinals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in a couple of drills the other day? That you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with it. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Cousins. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And the Cardinals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Murray now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. The Vikings at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
From the 36, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, here's Cousins. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. Some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From the 29, Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On 3rd down, Cousins. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now Cousins on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marco Wilson. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Arizona.
Connor. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point good by Prater. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 4.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Sheldon Richardson on the
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery, touchdown for Arizona. Prater on to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Cardinals 42, Vikings nothing. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he still is yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
A 2-yard loss brings up third down.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A final shot before half for Murray. And that one going to come up short, low throw. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. We'll see a return here from the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Marquise Brown on the return. The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Murray now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Ertz over the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
Here's Murray. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They're going for it. It's Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Murray to air it out again. He's got Anderson right side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
Throw caught there by Osborne. Finding space at the 40. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Cousins now to throw on first down. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins. He'll buy some time right. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Throwing, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Throwing is Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The Cardinal 1st down, Murray to Hopkins.
And the Cardinal 1st down.
They'll set up to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Murray. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So following the failed try on 4th down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Cousins to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham, his 1st rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by who else? The former Cardinal, Patrick Peterson.
They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try the middle with Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Cousins now. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jason Pierre-Paul make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Open man as Thielen is complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down. Now Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And now here is another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Up the middle, it's Cook. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another top 5 season in rushing for Cook last year. 3rd straight over 1,100 yards, and his 3rd straight ending with a Pro Bowl selection. This season can see a couple more milestones for him. He will cross 5,000 yards very early and could climb to 3rd on the Vikings' all-time list of rushing leaders.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game instead of being able to shut the door. It's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Off the play fake, Cousins sliding out of the pocket. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Play fake, Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
One last shot now for Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Cardinals, the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.